Hey YouTube, this is Donna, and I'm going to be auto-booking my third novel, Sociology 114. This book is about some diverse group of millennials at a college taking a sociology class. They're given an assignment to research differences, and they have some open, frank, and some raw conversations with regards to gender, religion, and of course, race. So let's get started. Chapter 1, Fall Semester. Daisy has prolonged breakfast as much as she could, with superfluous issues she must discuss before her son Ethan goes back to school. While heavily sighing his dad, Reginald wants this overly dramatic farewell to end. Ethan Duncan, now a junior in college, gets up from the table and places his dish in the stainless steel sink. He goes back to get the orange juice, but his dad insists he needs to go and get ready to leave. Ethan recovers his North Face jacket from the closet in the foyer. He comes back through the kitchen and shakes his dad's hand goodbye and hugs his mother. As he turns to leave, she reaches up his 6-foot frame to mess with his curly high top. Ethan opens the door to the garage and gets into his Jeep Sport utility vehicle, which is already packed up from the night before. He strategically left room in the car for his fraternity brother, Teddy Gallagher, who he needs to pick up. Ethan's mother doesn't like her son hanging out with Teddy. She wants her husband to talk with Ethan, but the father is fine with it, since he is how the two boys met. Ethan and Teddy met on a golf course. Ethan's dad, Reginald Duncan, is a member of the golf club. He took his son to play, and Teddy was their caddy for the day. Ethan and Teddy have been close friends for the last 2 years. Freshman orientation is where the two college students really hit it off. They both are loud, mischievous, and very flirtatious with the ladies on campus. Ethan drives for about 20 minutes and arrives at Teddy's house. Teddy is standing on the porch wearing dress slacks, a thick, warm hoodie, and sneakers. Stacked up beside him are 2 suitcases and a trunk. The frat boys throw the 3 pieces of luggage in the second row of the Jeep and head out with the music blaring. They reach the campus in just over an hour. The Jeep rolls slowly through the campus by the freshman dorms, with the music just loud enough to garner attention, but low enough to not completely annoy the parents unloading their daughters for their freshman year of college. After perusing the mid-sized campus, the 2 upperclassmen head out for their fraternity with music blaring again. Their arrival is met with thunderous yells and fist bumps from the other guys in the house. The dark green 2007 Toyota Camry backs up into the driveway, while the cargo van with the Woodward logo displayed on the side finds a spot on the street in front of the house. The Woodward family lives on a cul-de-sac with 8 houses. Howard Woodward locks up his van with all his plumbing supplies and escorts his daughter Holly into the house. Inside, her mother is boxing up some snacks for her college junior to take back to school. Previously, Holly lived in the dorms at Petersburg College, but decided to stay in one of the furnished apartments near campus. Her objective is to save money since her parents are weaning off sending her money and forcing her to budget. Holly was never a spendthrift on clothes or money, but she needs the experience of managing her money as she will be on her own after college. At least that's her mother's goal. Her father, on the other hand, wouldn't mind Holly living with them forever. Holly's sister Willow and her son Wesley have come over to the house to see Holly before she makes that hour-and-a-half drive back to college. In Holly's bedroom, most of the things have been packed. There are 2 medium-sized suitcases, a garment bag, a few large bags, and 3 clear storage boxes filled with towels, sheets, blankets, and other items. Holly's dad takes the 2 suitcases with some pretend help from his grandson Wesley. Willow carries a few of the bags, while Holly brings down one of the clear storage boxes. Holly's mother, Dana, directs the procession from the bedroom to the driveway, as she is dressed for work and doesn't want to get dirty. Dana Woodward has been a part-time realtor for about 7 years. In college, she studied education and taught in the county school system for 15 years before changing careers. Now she does the scheduling and billing paperwork for her husband's plumbing business and shows houses to clients on the side. The Camry is eventually packed and ready to go. Holly's mother, Dana, hugs and kisses her daughter and husband, then gets a special hug from her grandson, Wesley. Dana tosses her folder and pocketbook into the front of her Lexus and backs out of the driveway. She speeds down the road to meet her clients. Holly hangs around for a while playing hide and seek with her nephew in the yard. Playtime is concluded when Willow announces she needs to go soon. She has to meet with some girls she mentors at the church. Reluctantly, Holly gets her family hugs. She picks up Wesley, who abruptly looks at her and tells her to keep calm. Willow and Harold laugh, as Wesley is often unpredictable in what he does and says sometimes. Holly smiles and forces a hug on Wesley anyway. Willow checks Holly's hair, which she braided 2 days ago, then embraces her sister. Her dad holds Holly tight before instructing her to call when she gets to her destination. She agrees, and then she is on her way. Early in the drive, Holly listens to the radio, thinking about new topics to put on her blog. Later, she goes old school and switches to a CD. She made the CD for when the radio starts to have static, because she is out of radio range. The easygoing college student is singing Cranes in the Sky by Solange when she notices lights in her rearview mirror. She checks her speed and sees the speedometer at 82. Holly pulls over on the edge of the interstate. The officer pulls over right behind her. Holly turns the music off, and the officer takes a moment to type on his military-grade laptop in his cruiser. Meanwhile, Holly is a bit anxious because she has never been pulled over by the police. Instinctively, she wants to be prepared with her license and registration, but instead of reaching into the glove compartment or her pocketbook, she recalls her nephew's peculiar statement to keep calm. So she does, and decides to be still. She waits patiently in the car, looking at the side and then the rear view mirrors. It feels like an eternity, but it's only about 3 minutes when the police officer gets out of the patrol car and walks up to Holly. She lets down the window. "Ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over?" questions the officer. "No," replies Holly. "I clocked you going 84 miles per hour and the speed limit is 70. Initially, she thought to suggest she was only going 82, but refrained since it wouldn't make a difference. "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on my way back to school and May I see your license and vehicle registration?" interrupts the officer. Yes. She opens the glove compartment to get the registration card. Somewhat nervous She can't find her wallet, even though it is right there on top of her pocketbook. Holly pushes her braids back behind her ear and then sees the wallet. She gets her license. "Here you go, officer," as she hands the 2 items to him. The officer studies the license and looks at Holly's face, and then returns both to her. "I am going to let you go with just a warning this time, but you need to keep the speed down." "Thank you, officer." The officer returns to his cruiser while Holly pauses and says, "Thank you, God." She puts the registration card back in the glove compartment and the license in her wallet. She contemplates whether to call her dad, but decides to continue on. She pulls out slowly. She puts the music on a low volume, and she continues to drive. Her cell phone rings, and it is her roommate, Laura Kaplan. She ignores it since she is driving and doesn't want to be pulled over again. The empty boxes sit in the middle of the room as Laura neatly puts her toiletries in her shower caddy. She surveys each room in the furnished apartment, asserting ownership of spaces by putting her personal touch on counters, end tables, and window sills before her roommate Holly arrives. The 1-bedroom apartment is equipped with a nice-sized room, a small kitchen with a breakfast nook that holds a small table and can seat 3 people uncomfortably. The bathroom is suitable for the 2 young ladies, and the 1-bedroom provides plenty of space to fit the 2 twin-sized beds. Laura arrives first and selects the far side of the room away from the door. Somewhat bored after unpacking, Laura positions herself in front of the mirror, checking out her left and right profile. She stares at her nose that she inherited from her Jewish father, then moves to her dark, thick, reddish hair provided by her Irish mother. The college junior brushes through her locks, gives a quick smile in the mirror, and goes to find her cell phone to kill some time. Laura first takes a couple of selfies and then checks her social media sites. An hour or so later, a key sound at the front door alerts Laura that her roommate has arrived. She finished scrolling through her Facebook page. She gets up from the couch and walks past a photo of her cousin's little boy on one of the end tables in the living room to meet her roommate at the door. Holly steps aside from the doorway and lets a young man carrying 2 heavy crates pass through. Holly follows behind, rolling a huge suitcase. The young man places the crates on the floor in the middle of the living room. Much to Laura's delight, the young man, sporting a man bun, is rather handsome and quite muscular. His Gronkowski-style muscle shirt is a bit showy, given it is a bit nippy outside. Laura flashes a smile his way. He politely returns a quick, disinterested smile before turning his attention to Holly, who is preoccupied observing the apartment and all the stuff Laura has cluttered it up with. Once Holly's eyes focus back to the young man, she informs him that she can handle the rest of her things and thanks him as she walks him out the door. "Who was that?" questions Laura. "I don't know. Jesse, Jacob, something. He saw me unloading my car and offered to help," replies Holly. "He's cute. What do you think he is?" "Maybe Native American, biracial, black, Asian, no clue." Laura gives Holly a disappointing glance. "Hey, if you want to find out more about him, I can give you my car keys and you can go get the rest of my stuff." "Sorry, lazy. You need to get your own stuff." They both laugh as Holly rolls her suitcase back to the bedroom. Holly opens the closet and sees it's half filled with Laura's clothes. Laura's clothing style is eclectic. The wardrobe ranges from sweats to jeans to miniskirts to a shiny black dress. Laura stands about 5'4" and weighs about 140. On the other hand, Holly is a jeans and t-shirt type of girl. She places about 7 pairs of size 4 jeans at the top of the closet and hangs about 3 blouses, 1 form-fitting sweater, and 2 casual dresses. The bulk of Holly's clothes are her t-shirts, hoodies, and sweatshirts, accompanied by some flip-flops, 2 pairs of Converse sneakers, one dull green, the other white, some running sneakers, and a low-heeled pair of dress pumps. She tosses her undergarments into the drawer, along with some scrunchies she uses to pull back her braids. Laura comes in the room and impatiently sits on her bed, while Holly continues to unpack and put her clothes away. As Holly searches for her sheets to make up her bed, she suddenly realizes they are still in the car. Holly retrieves her keys from her crossbody strapped handbag and proceeds to leave, with Laura following her. "I thought you were coming earlier," Laura blurts out as she double steps to catch up with her roommate. "Oh, I was playing with my 3-year-old nephew, Wesley, and lost track of time," smiles Holly. "He is so cute." "That's nice. I just thought you would be done unpacking by now, and we could go get some groceries from the store." "What?" responds Holly, somewhat annoyed. "I am getting hungry." "Well, you can go without me. I really don't need anything." "What are you going to eat then?" "The cafeteria will open around 5 o'clock. I still have my 14 meal plan." "Oh, I didn't know. I thought we were going to cook meals, split the cooking and the cost." "Sorry. I guess we interpret being roommates differently. The only thing we need to split is the cost of the apartment." Laura looks a little disappointed. Holly didn't want this roommate scenario to start off on the wrong foot. "Well, if you give me an hour to unpack, I don't mind going to the store with you, okay?" "That's fine. I might go to the administration office and purchase a meal plan too. I don't want to have to cook every day." "Are you sure? Do you have special food you need to eat, like bagels or Chinese food?" asks Holly, trying to impress Laura with her knowledge of what she thinks is Jewish cuisine and what they eat on Christmas Day. "Do you like fried chicken and sweet potato pie?" responds Laura, somewhat insulted. "Yes, I love them both, and collard greens too." "Well, for your information, I am both Jewish and Irish, so I eat whatever. And for the record, I celebrate both Hanukkah and Christmas. Whatever gets me the most stuff," laughs Laura. "You're a mess, Laura," smiles Holly. "I think I will check to see if Kwanzaa is a gift-giving holiday myself." Both are filling out each other's boundaries. Holly and Lori had met in history class last fall. Laura is a psychology and business major, while Holly is studying mass communications. They seem to hit it off regarding topics of slavery and the Holocaust from the class. They were not very close, but agreed to room together when Laura's original roommate decided to transfer to the community college in her hometown. Neither student gave the impression of being wild or prone to irresponsible behavior. They both wanted to do well in school, and the rent price was a great selling point. Holly's only concern was staying in the same room with Laura, but figured she'd shared the same room with 2 other girls on campus in the previous 2 years. In addition, the apartment bedroom is bigger and the price is a steal. Holly waits in the lobby of the financial and administrative offices, while Laura goes in to see if she could purchase a meal plan for the semester. The lobby is the main gathering spot on campus because it feeds into the cafeteria, a coffee shop, student services, and financial offices. Throughout the lobby are various groups of people: the geeks, the jocks, international students, some sorority sisters, and fraternity brothers. Most groups are either on their cell phones, sharing, post, or texting. But one particular group of 4 guys with Greek letters on their shirts and hats are standing against a wall. Each would make a swiping left or right motion with their finger as girls walked past them. It didn't take long to figure out they were grading the girls based on their appearances. The frat boys are being loud and obnoxious with their opinions. After about an hour, Laura finally emerges from the financial offices with a meal card. The 2 juniors enter the cafeteria, get their tray of food and beverage. At the register, Holly asks the black lady sitting there taking meal cards if they offered fried chicken and sweet potato pie. She informs Holly fried chicken is served on Thursdays, and the closest thing to sweet potato pie would be the pumpkin pies around the month of October. The cashier suggests Holly go to Walmart about 5 miles up the road and get a Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie. Holly winks at the cashier, then turns and smiles at Laura. Not to be outdone, Laura loudly informs the cashier she will have a bagel, which is in the display case near the cashier, and then asks for some hummus. The cashier charges her a meal card for the bagel and other items on Laura's tray. Then she informs Laura to go with her friend to Walmart to get some hummus. Both Laura and Holly laugh at their antics while they find a table to sit down. A few minutes later, 2 of Holly's friends sees them and joins them at their table. Holly introduces Laura to Destiny, who was a heavy-set, light-skinned, well-dressed African-American student, and Fiona, a tall Chinese student with purple highlights in her hair. The ladies talk and catch up on events that happened over the summer. Each of them had summer jobs, which no one truly cared about. Destiny, looking for juicy information, tries to press Holly on the crush she had last year with an older college student, a Janny from Africa. But Holly quickly changes the subject. "Did I tell you the police stopped me on the way here?" interjects Holly. "No," Holly blurts out. "Oh my, why didn't you tell me?" asks Laura. Fiona just stopped eating and stares at Holly with her mouth open in shock. "Did you record it with your cell phone?" asked Destiny. "No, what? Well, I was scared at first. I haven't been pulled over before, but it was fine. The officer just gave me a warning and told me to watch my speed," explained Holly. "Well, good. Those speeding tickets can be expensive." "I know. I've gotten a few," offers Laura as she wipes her mouth with her napkin. "What's that on your wrist? Is that a tattoo?" Holly reaches out to turn Laura's wrist over. "Yes, me and my mom decided to get this little rose tattoo on our wrists." "I didn't think you were the tattoo type, but my dad surprised me when he got one about a month ago," offers Holly. "What kind did he get?" "Well, it says 'keep it moving' and the word dad in a ribbon figure. He got it because his dad, my poppy, died at the beginning of the summer. He always told my dad to be himself. We really miss him." "Didn't your grandfather live with you guys?" asked Philona. Yes, Poppy did. Well, sorry for your loss, adds Destiny. Thanks. The four ladies continue talking about classes, hairstyles, and boys on campus. As the hour passed by quickly, the group decides to get up and leave the cafeteria. They head back to their respective dormitories and apartment. Each has a lot to do in preparation for the new school year. Laura and Holly walk towards their apartment, passing one of the frat houses. It is no surprise a lot of guys were loitering around the house. Laura recognizes a couple of the guys from across the street. "Oh, that's Teddy and Ethan," says Laura with a smile. "Who are you talking about?" asks Holly. "Teddy is the white guy with the cap on backwards, and Ethan is the tall black guy next to him." "Oh." Holly squints her eyes and recognizes them as two of the frat boys in the lobby rating the girls that pass by them. "They are so cute." "Yes, they are, and I think they know it." "What's wrong with that?" I don't know." The girls continue walking and get back to their apartment. Holly gets her phone out of her pocket to recharge it and notices she missed a call from her dad. As the cell phone charges, she calls her dad back. Holly apologizes for not calling when she arrived and then tells him about the stop by the police. Her dad seems worried, but she reassures him everything is fine. So in chapter 1, you met Holly and Laura, who happen to be roommates. I would be interested in you sharing any comments on any experiences you've had in a roommate situation, whether it be in college or shared housing. If you'd comment below, that would be wonderful. And I'll see you in chapter 2.